Hey, what's up guys? I'm Greg Build, and welcome to this Minecraft build tutorial. On this episode, we're going to create an elaborate blacksmith building. Now this building could be the core building of one of your Minecraft mining villages. And this blacksmith shop has many furnaces, as well as anvils, smithing tables, crafting table, and as well as plenty of storage for all the ore. Now there's even an upper level catwalk, and that leads to the upper deck. And on top of that, this blacksmith building uses relatively easy materials to gather, and I can't wait to show you how to make this building. This build is broken down into 9 steps, and without further ado, let's start the build. Also, this blacksmith shop is roughly 22 by 14 blocks wide, and it is 14 blocks tall. Now here's a complete list of the materials you'll need to build this house. Also, this entire building will require a 22 block by 14 block area spacing. And I marked my area out with coarse dirt blocks, and you could do the same, and that way we'll know how big the layout is before we start the build. Step 1. First, let's create the main walls to the blacksmith shop. We will need 490 cobblestone blocks. At the back left corner of the marked out outline, move over 3 dirt blocks. Then move back 1 more space. Then make a 19 wide cobblestone row. Then we can make the side a total of 12 cobblestone blocks wide. And we could connect the 19 by 12 block rectangle all the way back around. Then let's add 6 additional cobblestone blocks on top. And now make these walls a total of 7 blocks tall. Then once completed, let's move over to the 6 cobblestone block over. Then on top of the 6th block, we can add 3 more cobblestone blocks. Then we can fill the wall all the way to the other side. Then let's do the same for the back side, moving over to the 6th cobblestone block over. Then on top of the 6th block over, add 3 more additional cobblestone blocks. And we could continue this wall all the way to the other side. Step 2. Next, let's add in the doors, windows, and overhang at the side of the house. We'll need 18 oak trapdoors, 16 spruce fence posts, 30 spruce slabs, 2 spruce doors, 6 lanterns, 4 cobblestone wall sections, and 2 cobblestone blocks. At the left side of the blacksmith, leave 2 blocks of spacing. Then add 4 oak trapdoors. Then on the other side, we can leave 2 blocks of spacing as well, and add in 4 oak trapdoors. Then in the center, we can add 2 spruce doors, with cobblestone blocks in the ground. And we can add in a 2 wide window with fence posts in the center. Then let's do a similar 2 block wide window above the doors, as well as a window above the trapdoors as well too. Then above the door window, let's add slabs at the top half of the block above the center window. Then we can extend down half a slab each time for a total of 5 slabs. Then we can add 5 slabs on the other side. Then we can add one extra slab to the front of these slabs, and that'll make the overhang 2 slabs deep in total. Then we can add an extra slab at the bottom half of the end one, and we can add a cobblestone wall section below. Then let's add an extra slab over here and cobblestone wall sections that hang down below. Then we can add extra slabs along the entire front edge as well. Then let's add oak trapdoors in the corners. Then we can add oak trapdoors underneath the overhang as well. Then once completed, let's remove the extra cobblestone blocks up top. And we can add in spruce fence post. Then let's do this on the other side. Then once we're here, we can remove the 2 center blocks, and we can add in 2 fence posts. Then we can add lanterns on top of these fence posts. Step 3. Next, let's add in the windows. We'll need 32 spruce trapdoors, 32 spruce stairs, 20 spruce slabs, 36 spruce fence posts, and 6 oak trapdoors. Start by leaving 3 blocks of spacing. Then make a 2 tall window. And we could double check that there's 3 blocks of spacing at the side. Then let's leave another 3 blocks of spacing. And we can make a total of 4 more windows along the bottom with 3 blocks of spacing in between each one. Then at the 7th and 8th block up, we can add in another window, and make sure this window is directly above the bottom one. And we can add 2 more windows up here, and that'll make a total of 3 windows along the top row. Then let's add spruce trapdoors to the bottom half of the new windows. And then we can add spruce upside down stairs. Then a stair above the window, and slabs on either side. Then let's repeat this process for all the bottom windows. Then up top, let's add an oak trapdoor above the top of the window. And then we can add spruce trapdoors for the side, and these will act as shutters. Then we can repeat this same exact process for the back side of the house. To refresh, leave 3 blocks of spacing. Then make a 2 tall window. Then continue leaving 3 blocks of spacing in between each window. Then up on the 7th and 8th block up, we can add in more windows, and these windows will line up directly with the ones below them. Then we can add the trim around the bottom windows. Then for the upper trim, we can add in oak trapdoors, as well as spruce trapdoors for the sides. Then at the right side of the blacksmith, let's add in a couple more windows. And this time we can make the windows 2 blocks by 2 blocks wide. Then we can make another 2 by 2 window on the other side, and make sure it's 2 blocks off the side of the wall. Then we can add in trapdoors, as well as upside down stairs on top of that. Then right above the window, we can add in upright stairs, and then we can add slabs to the sides. Step 4. Next was to add in the texture to the walls. We'll need 69 polished anthracite blocks and 62 stone blocks. Now this step is not necessary. However, I find the cobblestone texture to be a little too busy, so we could change it up and add extra texture to the wall. And I'm going to add in polished anthracite blocks and stone blocks as well. And this will help give the building a nice look. Now to start, I'm going to add polished anthracite in the corner of the building. Then 2 blocks up here, then 1 up here. Then we could continue this pattern to the left side of the shop. Then we can add in stone, and this stone is extra texture. Then for the front side, we can add additional polished anthracite blocks as well. And I'm going to add them in the corners, as well as in between the windows. And this will be a similar pattern that we did at the side wall. Then once the anthracite is all installed, we can add in stone blocks. And I'm going to add these stone blocks in an upside down U shape in between the upper and lower windows. And this will help provide extra additional detail. Then let's repeat the same exact pattern for the backside. And we can start with polished anthracite blocks. And then we can switch to stone blocks after that. Now, for the last side of the house, I'm going to add in polished anthracite. And I'm going to add this between the windows. Then we can switch and add stone blocks in. And I'm going to add the stone blocks in an upside down U-shaped pattern above the windows. Step 5. Next was adding the interior floors, upper loft, and columns. We'll need 146 spruce planks, 9 antonite blocks, 13 stone blocks, 130 cobblestone, 6 fence posts, and 8 ladders. At the side of the house, let's replace the blocks under the trapdoors with spruce planks. Then we could do the same on the other side. Then let's fill around with cobblestone blocks. Then inside, we can make a strip 2 blocks wide, and this will run all the way to the other end of the building. And we could use a random combination between stone blocks, cobblestone blocks, and antonite blocks. Then we can replace the remaining grass blocks on the side with spruce planks. Then we can add an interior wall, and we can make this wall the right side of the second window over, and I'm going to make this wall 4 blocks tall. Then we can make another wall on the other side, and make sure there's an opening of 4 blocks wide in the center. Then we can connect the top, and fill in across with the 4th block up. Then let's add in ladders to the sides. Then let's add columns near that, and we can make these columns a total of 12 blocks tall each. Step 6. Next was adding the catwalk, as well as the upper wall, extra columns, and lanterns. We'll need 52 spruce planks, 2 spruce slabs, 16 spruce fence posts, 26 cobblestone blocks, 18 lanterns, 20 polished antonite, 2 spruce doors, and 6 stone blocks. First, let's add 2 polished antonite at the 5th cobblestone block up behind each column. Then we can add a cobblestone block, and we can make this column extend up for a total of 8 blocks tall. Then we can add in 8 cobblestone blocks on the other side as well, and this will be a matching upper column. Then we can add in 2 more antonite blocks behind these newly installed cobblestone columns. Then we can add in spruce planks in between. Then let's add a row of antonite across the front to the back. Then we can add in spruce planks in between this area as well. Then once completed, let's add a block on top of this intersection, and one over here. Then we can add stone blocks on top. and we can add spruce doors in the centers. Then we can use cobblestone blocks, and we can make corner window frames. Then repeat over here. Also, we can add in spruce fence posts. Then we can add lanterns on top of the fence post. Also, downstairs we can add lanterns for extra lighting as well. Step 7. Next was add in the roof. We'll need 82 spruce fence posts, 278 spruce slabs, and 78 stone blocks. First let's add in the spruce fence post, and we can make these 3 tall, on top of the stone balconies at the side porch. Then we can add 3 columns of spruce fence posts that are 3 posts tall each on the other side. Then let's replace every other cobblestone block along the top wall. And we can add in a spruce fence post. Now we can leave the last 2 blocks like this. Then we can do the same for the back, replacing every other block with a fence post. And leave the last 2 blocks as they are. Then let's add in spruce slabs at the side. And overhang past the end wall by 1 slab. Then we can continue these spruce slabs to the front of the overhang, past the upper front deck. Then let's continue this slab roof upwards until we have a total of 7 rows of slabs. Then once at this point, we could double check that there's 7 rows in total. Then let's add 7 more rows this side, and we can add the first row at the same level as the last one we left off at. Then we could descend the rows downwards for 6 additional more rows. Then once completed, let's add spruce fence posts under here. And we can add fence posts all the way upwards. Then we could do a similar pattern for the backside. First start by adding in a row of stone blocks. Then on top of the newly installed stone row, we can add in fence posts, and extend these fence posts all the way up to the roof. Next we can add in stone arches. Now let's start the first arch in between the second and third window. And we can extend the column up for a total of 11 stone blocks. Then let's add a block to the side. Then we can add 2 more blocks up a space. Then we can add 2 more additional blocks up another space. Then we can add 2 more blocks on top. Then we could continue this arch along the other side. Then once completed with the first arch, let's add an additional arch at the right side. And we can start this second arch at the right side of the fourth bottom window over. Step 8. Next was add in the built-in storage areas, as well as adding in the furnaces into the furnace room. Now for this we'll need 6 barrels, 4 lanterns, and 58 furnaces. Inside the house, we can head into the back room. And back here, we can add in a torch in the back corner. Then we can add in furnaces to the side. Now, this torch in the corners to help prevent monsters from spawning in this opening. And we can fill across the other side with furnaces. Then in this corner, we can add in a torch as well, and this will help prevent monsters from spawning as well. Then I'm going to add in furnaces into the ground as well. Then in this corner over here, we can knock out the wall, and we can add in 3 barrels for storages. Also, make sure to crouch while you're attaching a barrel to the side of a furnace. Otherwise, it might be a little tricky to place these barrels without crouching. Then we can add a lantern on top, and we can do the same on the other side. Also, we can add in extra lanterns for lighting as well. And you can always add as many lanterns as you would like in your house, as it's always completely up to you. Step 9. Lastly is the interior, and I'll leave this completely up to you. However, I'll quickly show you a walkthrough of how I did mine. And I hope this walkthrough of my interior will help inspire you in how you can decorate your house. Thank you guys so much for watching this blacksmith tutorial building. If you have any questions about this build or would like to leave some feedback, I would love to hear it. Also, make sure to subscribe, because I create build tutorials just like this one every week. I'll catch you in the next one. Later guys! Want more build tutorials? I have many other playlists that might interest you on my channel. Make sure to check them out.